Hello and welcome to Devil's Advocate, a new show from the Apocalypse Network, the network that brought you cutting through the ball in the post-apocalypse, and Solar Warden. I'm Ben. I'm joined by my co-host Shawn to discuss, well, anything we find interesting. Most of it quite deep, I suppose. This episode is, we're going to talk about death today. That's a pretty deep episode.
It's very deep.
For the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About as deep as you can go.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to talk about a lot of shit, basically. It's just stuff we find interesting. And we'll even talk about some films and music and stuff like that. And I've no doubt we'll get sidetracked.
Yeah, we'll branch out.
Oh, yeah.
Branch out.
This is a trial run.
Yeah.
Okay. Death. Do you think we can't comprehend an eternity of being dead?
Oh, going straight into life after death.
Yeah, I've got to tie it in.
Going in straight away.
Yeah.
I think that the human mind, the human psyche, does struggle to comprehend an existence or a lack of existence after death. Yeah, I definitely believe that.
Because, I mean, you're just like in a hole, either ashes or a corpse, a slow decaying corpse, and there's nothing. It's just blackness, but you've got no consciousness of it being blackness.
Yeah, definitely. If you're an atheist, I honestly think that's it. That's it. You're just gone. Yeah. And a lot of humans can't comprehend that. It's just there's nothing after that point. So a lot of them, they then create religion and an afterlife, a heaven, a hell, and whatnot. But again, as an atheist, you would just agree that nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, if I do see a white light at the end of the tunnel, or Granny comes down on some wings playing an harp,
I guess then it's
or more than likely she comes up with slightly more bat wings playing an electric guitar, doing the Gene Simmons kiss tongue.
Granny was a little metal.
Yeah, Granny, metal Granny. No, she was just a feisty woman. She was feisty. You know, she'd fight anybody. She didn't care.
Backyard brawls.
Yeah. If only camera phones were about, mate, I'd have made a fortune. Granny fighting.
Granny fighting. There's a niche there.
Gilf fighting.
Oh, no.
We could start that. I mean, obviously, we're not saying they're gilfs. We're just, people could maybe nominate other...
We're just implying the facts.
Well, we'll just try and say it's a Pornhub.
I don't think we make much money.
No, what?
Although there's things for everybody.
The idea is there. Anyway, so a little bit of there's going to be a lot of tangents.
There's going to be a lot of tangents.
Yeah. Anyway,
especially with you.
Or the ghost of somebody pops up in the room while you're doing something inappropriate.
Yeah.
But the religion comes in. So, hey, if you're a really good person in this life, then you get that reward or you get that punishment. But that is just like saying, hey, be nice or I'll spank you.
Yeah, it's a pretty corrupt reason, really, isn't it? If you think about it, it's almost like you're not being good for the right reasons. You're being good because you want to be rewarded. So then that's not really being good. That's just trying to aim for a reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not doing it for selflessness.
Yeah. So
you're not saying, I'm going to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to be a good guy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, because if I do, I get into the place with the clouds and the angels and the...
Yeah, so if a heaven did exist, the only real way you're going to get into heaven is if you're an atheist who doesn't believe in heaven or a god, and you're just good just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you believe in all that and you work towards that just because you want that reward, then you're not really doing it for the right reasons. You're just trying to get in.
That's it. It's like
just
a golf
trying to
club.
earn your token, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like that golf club that you'll never get accepted for.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's almost like a test, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see...
One that's rigged.
I'm always surprised, on a slight tangent, I'm always surprised that the Christian version of heaven took off.
Yeah.
Because if you say to me, hey, Valhalla, feasting, drinking and fucking...
And fighting every day.
And fighting every day, which is like my idea of awesomeness.
And even if you die, you just start up again the next day.
That's it. And you're back. Well, if you do die, you're back in the Chief's Hall the same night.
Yeah.
Banging some busty beer wench.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's the best scenario. That's what we all hope
for. But so why the Christian afterlife? You're like, well, what's this about then?
Yeah,
It seems quite dull.
If you're in heaven and you're chilling out with the angels and God and that, you're gonna feel a little guilty.
Someone's really playing a sitar.
Yeah, you're gonna feel a little guilty if you're banging those busty wenches in the corner somewhere, aren't you?
That's it.
You're like, oh no, Angel Michael keeps staring at me a little funny.
Oh,
keeps eye contact with me the whole
yeah, I
time.
told him you shagged his angel wife, but it was me, and I gave her the clap. But you're bigger than me, so it's all right.
Oh, poor Angel Michael.
Yeah, no, he's got it. Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different cultures. Obviously, have a lot of different like opinions on life after death. So it's not all the same, is it? You've got the Christian religion, and they believe in heaven and hell.
Yeah.
And then you've got, like you've just said, that the Vikings, they believed in a Valhalla.
There was a hell for them, though, wasn't there? It was like the underworld.
Yeah. Well, the Greeks are the same, aren't they?
Well,
They've got their version of sort of like the afterlife, which, to be fair, seems pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the whole putting gold coins on the eyes thing.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I'll pay the ferryman.
Yeah,
that's
to get
awesome.
through the river Styx.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. But then, if somebody takes those coins, you're then essentially unable to get across.
I just think the gesture's there.
Yeah, but if somebody's a little broke and they're like, oh look, there's some coins on that dead guy's eyes, they're gonna take.
You're not gonna leave him there with the coins on for ages. Just like, here's his body. Stick the coins on the eyes. Toss the burning bit of wood on.
If you're gonna, that's if you watch the corpse all the time, though. But
why wouldn't you be?
A lot of
keep the vultures away, mate.
Yeah, but a lot of cultures don't do that, do they? They don't just get rid of the corpse straight away. A lot of cultures tend to do stuff like a mourning period, and some cultures even they sit with the deceased for a day, maybe 2 days, and
some do it as quick as possible.
Yeah, some just try and get rid of it.
Islam, it's like, right, they're dead. Okay, 24 hours.
Yeah, it's just, so yeah, different ones have different sort of methods of sort of getting rid of the corpse.
Yeah.
So it's almost like with Christians that they tend to bury, don't they?
That's it.
So that can take weeks. You know, they have to send off the body, get it embalmed. That's the word I'm looking for, and we could be waiting weeks before there's a funeral.
Yeah.
And that embalming is pretty bad for the environment as well, to be fair.
Is it? I have no idea.
It's really bad for it's like basically toxic poison for the earth.
Wow.
So once that casket rots, it's just going to go into the earth, the corpse is, and it's just going to rot that earth and nothing. I mean, obviously it's usually graveyards anyway, so, but it's just going to rot everything.
We might need them graveyards one day.
Exactly.
You know, for zombie apocalypse. Only bit of field might be the graveyard. We've got to take the tombstones down. And the crops would go great on all them bodies, though.
That's true. And the problem with that sort of method is it's not sustainable, is it? Because the human population keeps increasing. And where are we going to put all these bodies? There isn't enough graveyards for it.
Eventually we're going to run out of space.
Yeah, which is why cremation...
We're going to reach a tipping point.
Yeah, which is why cremation's becoming an option. But a lot of religions are quite against cremation, aren't they?
I don't know. I mean, several ones do. I mean, Hinduism's into... cremation, Buddhism, I think, if they're not mummifying themselves.
Yeah.
Christianity says it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about Islam.
I don't think they burn their deceased usually.
I don't know, pagans love a balefire.
That's true.
I just think it's like better for the space. Let's face it.
Yeah. How would you, once you're deceased, obviously you're not really going to be there because you're an atheist.
Well, I might be still here.
As a ghost?
No.
Yeah.
See, I had this theory that, you know, if there is a shortage of space, maybe I could be turned into a fridge.
Into a fridge?
Yeah, well, I had this
That's how you want to go?
No, as a memorial to me.
Oh, okay.
And so I'd be sort of formaldehyded.
Yeah.
You know, like Lenin.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Kim Jong-un, or whichever one it is.
Yeah.
I stick me in the corner. Right now, so I'd be thumb up.
Yeah.
Pointing, maybe, as well.
Looking cool.
And then me thumb could be a bottle opener.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right. I could have like a skull suture.
Yeah.
Around the top, as if they've done an autopsy and taken my brain out.
Yeah.
So you can pop the top of my head off, and that could be like an ice cube holder. Or
just in
nuts.
case it's a hot day.
Yeah, or nuts, or bar snacks.
Yeah.
No one put their nuts in the top of my head, please.
I was just about to say, we know how much you like those nuts on your face.
Not where my brain used to be, though.
Of course.
I don't want nuts on the brain.
That's all that's on your brain.
Oh, man. Don't say that. Nothing against it, but you know.
It's about time the viewers found out.
Already?
Yeah.
We've been going like 10 minutes. No.
They're going to need to know.
No. Where was I?
Nuts.
Nuts.
In your head.
Yeah. Or bar snacks.
Yeah.
And then you could open up my torso.
And there'll be beers.
And that'd be free. That'd be a beers.
Full of beers.
Yeah.
That's like your dream. Full of beers.
Exactly.
Unlimited beers.
Yeah. So I was thinking that maybe.
That's how you want to go.
My memorial could be that.
So you don't want any kind of traditional thing then. You don't want to be buried.
No, I
or
want to be turned into a
cremated.
piece of furniture.
Yeah. I quite like the idea of being frozen like Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a dramatic pose.
Yes, yeah.
And then hopefully I get saved by a hot, attractive woman. If she's alien, that's a bonus.
Green with red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it.
That's your favourite.
Yeah.
Green with red hair.
Yeah. So, alright, life after death, heaven, it's a bit pussy really, isn't it? What
It's
about
not my preferred sort of
No.
idea on if there was an afterlife. I'd like to think it's a little bit. When I listen to like the Christian religion and their version of heaven and hell, you can't help but think that hell seems more appealing.
Yeah,
And
sounds
that's
more fun.
and that's even with the torture.
Yeah. What if there is no torture?
Yeah, what if it's just a massive party?
What if it's just literally a 24/7 party?
And Lucifer's just a really cool, down to earth guy.
Well, maybe, because he's done his job, you're down there.
He's like your weed dealer. He's just a really chill
Yeah.
guy you just want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Maybe get high with.
You never met a weed dealer.
I know.
You don't know what weed dealers are like.
No, right, they could be all awful. For all I know.
No, they're not all great.
No. A really chill one.
Yeah, maybe.
You wouldn't invite him to your wedding, but you'd
No.
hang out and smoke a bit of weed with him.
Unless, of course, he's bringing a joint just before the wedding.
Yeah, then
ceremony.
you'd invite him, obviously.
Yeah.
Free weed.
Yeah.
Your gift is a bunch of weed.
Yeah, a bag would be nice.
Yeah, 2 bags.
One for me, one for her.
Yeah.
His and hers.
His and hers.
Oh, wow. Well, that's what I want when I get married. What about ghosts?
Yeah, see, I don't like the idea of that. If there's going to be an afterlife, I can't imagine becoming a spirit. And are we talking a ghost that can talk to other ghosts, or just a ghost on your own that's unable to speak to other ghosts?
I don't know how ghost communication works.
Because it's a
I
very...
don't know if ghosts can talk to other ghosts, or do they have to get a medium involved?
Well, are they stuck? A lot of them believe that you might be stuck to something like a house or something like that. So you wouldn't be able to leave. So you wouldn't be able to go and talk to other ghosts, would you?
Unless they came to you.
Yeah, but maybe they're stuck. If your sort of soul's tied to one object or thing or person, you can't go anywhere unless that object or thing goes somewhere. So if it's a house, you're stuck.
Yeah. I don't want to die at work.
Yeah, so
I hate to be stuck at work.
So if you're a ghost and you can have ghost friends and
Yeah.
you can literally just jump on a plane for free and travel the world as a ghost tourist, then that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
You gotta share a room for a start, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the only problem, isn't it? If you die and you die in a family home, it could get a little bit awkward, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You're just wandering around the house, and then you just see like your son.
Or what if you get really attached to the family that's living there?
Yeah.
And you're so you do little things to help them out, like find car keys and shit like that. Little things just to maybe let them think someone's there, but it's all right, cool.
But if you have that kind of ability, would you use it for good, or would you hide things?
Well, I feel like I'm a bit of fucking.
I'd hide things.
You know, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to be stood there in the bathroom watching the wife in the shower while I'm,
Yeah.
probably jacking off, ghost jacking.
Ghost jacking. Yeah, but that's the thing. So if you died and say you're a grandparent because you're old and that's why you've died, and you're walking around your house because you're tied there, and your kid moves in, your son moves in, you're cursed to watch him bang his wife for all eternity until he dies. And then you have that awkward conversation with him when he dies and he's stuck there with you.
Well, even worse is like they sell the house because they need a bigger one. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh man, I'm stuck here, but now I've got this new family and they're an absolute bunch of shits.
Yeah, that would be awful.
You know, they're a family that dresses in tracksuits and only eats chips.
Yeah.
And they got screaming little kids running around called Chardonnay and Keanu and Khaleesi.
What's wrong, Keanu? Keanu Reeves is awesome.
Yeah, he is, but you don't call your kid in Telford Keanu,
Kid in
do
Telford.
you?
You have to have a common name for
Yes.
Telford.
And Chardonnay
A common name like Ben.
or Storm Dior.
Storm Dior.
Genuinely, I know someone that called their kid Storm Dior.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Storm after. I'm not sure. I took the piss and said, is that after the chick from X-Men?
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, but then Dior was obviously for the perfume.
You could name your kid Cyclops.
No. Not even Wolverine.
Wolverine. You don't grow enough facial hair for Wolverine.
Might skip a generation.
Might do. That's true.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Does your dad have a beard?
No.
Oh, did your granddad have a beard?
No.
It's not going to skip a generation then.
No.
It doesn't work that way.
No, is it? Yeah. All right, then. Go with plan A and call him Batman or Megatron.
Megatron. Definitely Megatron.
Batman, I think, as well.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Could be Batman, Megatron Carter.
Could be. So I find a very understanding woman.
Yeah.
Ghosts, then no, I don't like the idea.
No.
I don't want to be stuck here forever.
No.
You know, either I fucking move on,
Yeah.
or I don't know. Can I commit ghost suicide? What happens if I do that?
I don't know. I guess.
Do I want to though? I mean, can I make a visit to the local swimming baths?
Yeah, probably.
You know, am I stuck just in the house? Or...
Well, I'm guessing if you're a ghost, then that's just your soul, but visible. Well, it wouldn't be visible to humans, but it would be visible to other souls or yourself. So if you...
Aren't you forgetting it's visible on camera in the form of orbs?
in form of orbs. But yeah, it's basically going to be, if there's a way of dying as a ghost, that's your soul being destroyed, so you just wouldn't exist, would you?
Yeah, that's it.
So if there's a way of committing, as you said, ghost suicide... You would just... I just did air quotes then. You can't see them. But you would just...
When you do air quotes, say air quotes.
I'm doing air quotes.
Say air quotes. Died.
But, yeah, you would just kill yourself, wouldn't you? You just destroy your soul. So you would then... You just stop existing, which is what an atheist thinks anyway. So in that respect, I guess you could just... get up to some ghost shenanigans for 50 years, and then when you'd had enough, just pull the trigger, so to speak. I don't know if you'd have to find another ghost to kill you, or whether you're able to, kill yourself. I don't know. Get like a ghost dagger,
made of ghost Valerian steel.
Yeah.
There's so much ghost jacking I can do in the swimming baths at the end of the day, in the ladies' swimming baths.
Well, maybe you can find a ghost woman that you could bang.
Oh, what if it's just like humping air?
Well, the problem is if you died of a ripe old age, then you're not going to have many...
Well, that's the other thing. Alright, let's say I do survive into old age. I mean, it's quite unlikely. But, let's say that I do.
Yeah.
Right? Am I going to come back as an old fucker? Why can't I come back when I'm in my 20s, in my peak?
Well, maybe that's one of your ghost powers. You can learn to harness it and change your physical appearance.
Yeah, it sounds like demonic possession to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Like I've got a demon inside altering my DNA into a form more pleasing to its own corrupted eye.
It's like Star Wars, isn't it? The ghosts, they die, but they died old, and when they come back as the ghosts, the Force ghosts, they're still old. It's like, why wouldn't you pick...
Not Anakin.
Oh, no, he goes young,
That'd
doesn't
be
he?
Special edition, motherfucker.
Yeah, he goes young.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like, would you appear as old, young, your prime? I mean, would you even have a form that was... Well, you wouldn't be able to see yourself in a mirror, so you wouldn't even know what you look like anyway. Because you'd have no reflection.
Yeah.
So you'd only know if you could communicate with the ghosts, and they could tell you what you look like. So for all you know, you might not even look like you.
That's true.
Your soul could have like a...
You remember this? R.I.P.D.
Do you remember the Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns looks like that weird sort of angel ghost?
Oh, when he's had the longevity treatment.
Yeah, you might look like that, or glowy and weird.
Ooh, I could go with glowy.
Yeah, wobbling your hands about all the
bring you
time.
peace and love. It's bringing peace and love. Don't let it away.
Kill it.
Break its legs.
But yeah, maybe you don't have a humanoid form. It's too hard to say. But I don't like the idea of that anyway. Being a ghost sounds awful. It sounds like you're kind of like in a prison, essentially.
Ghost prison?
Yeah. Ghost prison. That should be a TV show.
I'm gonna write that as a sitcom.
Ghost prison.
Ghost prison. Oh man, like the Orange is the New Black.
But with ghosts. You hid too many keys away from humans. We're throwing you in jail for 50 years. Ghost prison.
Oh man, but I was playing games.
We don't play games in Ghost Society.
Yeah.
This is
You're dead. Be serious.
This is a dictatorship.
Oh man, you die and end up in a Nazi dictatorship full of Nazi ghosts who are ruling.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell! Look, it's worse.
It does. I definitely rule out ghosts, to be fair.
Yeah, and it breaks the law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, I like to think that it's just aliens coming down and messing with us. They're like, these guys, look at them, they actually think there's something after death.
Yeah.
Let's screw with them.
I subscribe to an idea that maybe if your death was that harrowing and tragic, that your energy, because we are energy,
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
is somehow implanted into the brickwork, the earth itself, maybe, and you're forced to replay that, but you're not conscious of it.
Yeah.
You're dead. You're gone. It's like you're trapped on Earth. It's just.
It's like a copy of you, but
It's like a broken video file.
Yeah.
On repeat.
On loop. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
just-
no independent action. It's just the soldier charging with his rifle gets shot down, and he's forced to do that. That image of him is saved.
So it's like a massive sort of emotions of rage and sadness
and fear.
and it's just all of those are so powerful that they just couldn't stop existing.
Yeah, that's
so that
it.
energy was just imprinted on a part of Earth.
That's right.
And it
Yeah.
just keeps cycling over.
I mean, the bricks and mortar of a building. This is why they tend to knock these places down, like the Red Fred and Rose West house.
Yeah.
They knocked that down. Number one, because there's always some sick fucker who'll
Yeah.
go out there and want to turn it into some kind of shrine or buy it and do weird shit in there, maybe necromantic shit.
See, I like that idea, but my issue with it is that's what a lot of psychics believe.
Yeah.
And that's how they believe that they can see and talk to
But no,
ghosts
I
and
don't.
stuff.
They're claiming to talk. I'm not saying they can talk.
But you think
It's literally just a loop.
But you think there might be like something that you can see.
Yeah, there's no intelligence.
Yeah.
It's just literally something repeating.
So they don't repeat the things that they said.
Oh, they would repeat the things they said, but it might be like, they might be charging. Like, oh no, Johnny's down. I'm using the soldiers because it's a.
But they just can't
battle.
communicate. They can't.
They can't.
communicate
They can't turn around and go spare a fag, mate.
because there's nothing left.
No, it's just literally that. Those last few moments.
Were just so powerful. They imprinted in time forever.
They imprinted on the surroundings, and it's just kind of doomed to replay.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's almost like they're not suffering, but the suffering remains.
Yeah.
Because it was that important. It doesn't want to be forgotten.
Yes,
And I
exactly,
like
yeah.
that idea. That's a cool idea.
I mean, there's nothing spiritual about it. It's just purely we're all energy.
Yeah. So that powerful energy was just left behind.
Yeah. If someone's achieved a peak of all mixed emotions, at the same time, maybe that is so powerful.
Yeah.
Your energy just imprints itself.
I could get that. It's not like a ghost, then is it like a spectre or a phantom?
No, there's no like independent action.
No.
It's just you're on a loop.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that would make sense. That like I could believe that. Definitely. The idea of being a fully conscious being that's trapped on Earth, unable to communicate, that just sounds awful.
Or just being forced to scare people like the Ghostbusters ghosts.
No, that would be fun. That would be the only redeeming fun thing about it. Would be screwing with
I don't want to be look like
slime a ghost.
Yeah.
If you're a cool person, then you're a cool ghost. Literally, you freeze people. That's why they're like, oh, it's cold in this room.
Ah.
It's because that guy was a badass.
Yeah. Ah.
He's just like, you're welcome.
Aircon.
Yeah, it was warm in here, now it's not. You're welcome, everybody. And all the other ghosts are like, man, that guy's cool as fuck.
Does he just look like the Fonz, basically?
Yeah, basically, he just looks like the Fonz. He's just like, hey.
What about using death as motivation, as harsh as that sounds?
Yeah, no, I think there's some redeeming sort of qualities with that. Like, it's definitely a motivator, and even sometimes it's a bit of a deterrent as well, don't you think?
Yeah,
because
of course.
Motivation-wise, especially say, like, for instance, that something's happened and you know that you've not got much longer to live. A lot of people create like bucket lists and stuff. It's a massive motivator to try and do the things in their life that maybe they were too afraid to do, or maybe they kept putting off because they had a lot of time. So the closer we get to it, even though we try and pretend like we're going to live forever, because nobody wants to comprehend death.
No,
so,
I'm going to live forever. What are you on about?
Like, I'm immortal.
No, I took that dude's head like a couple of years ago in the car park up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a fight with swords. I cut his head off.
And that's it now.
Then I had the quickening. I'm immortal, mate.
You're the Highlander now.
I'm not the Highlander. I'm the Dorley Blonde. I'm the Dorley Mon.
But yeah,
I've got a really expensive samurai sword.
Yeah. They can't cut through anything.
They can cut through loads of stuff. No, I'm going on a flight to fancy. Sorry, I went into an imaginary world then. I do think I want to live forever, though. Genuinely, I'm indestructible.
Yeah.
But that's all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm aware of my own mortality, but it's like, I smoke, I drink, that won't kill me.
Yeah, every human has a bad habit or a few or a lot of bad habits, and they convince themselves that it's going to be fine. It'll be fine if I smoke 10, 20 fags a day.
My great auntie
Well,
smoked 20 fags a day
Yeah.
and lived till she was 95. The day after she packed in, dead.
Dead. Is that a true story?
No, but I've heard people say similar things.
Yeah, because some people...
Everyone has an anecdote like that.
Because some people hit the jackpot and they survive against all the odds. That happens. But a lot of the time, death can be a motivator. It can be a motivator to quit smoking. It can be a motivator to quit drinking. It can be a motivator to get healthy. It could be a motivator to try and do things in your life you put off for a long time. Like, going to see the Great Wall of China or something stupid like that. Going to see something that was on your bucket list that you kept putting off. But because you've gotten older, and that's why a lot of older people tend to travel a lot, because they're trying to get all of those things done, because they know they're not going to be around forever. That mortality is shortening. They can feel it, so they try and get those things off their bucket list. But
I'm just getting off me tits on smack. I'm gonna do every hard drug known to. If they literally said
you've got 6 months
you got
to
6
live.
months to live, is there nothing I can do?
You're like, I'm going to try everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Every experience,
Except dudes.
Yeah.
You've drawn the line in the sand there.
Anything like ultimately taboo, obviously, animals, children, men are just a personal preference for me. I don't want to do a dude. But, I'd be like, okay, how much money can I get in loans?
Yeah.
I'd get as much money as I could.
And just try and have as much fun as you can.
And do as much as I could.
But yours would be crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'd be like having sex with high-class porn star escorts.
Yeah.
I'd be going to parties where it's like, it's like a couple of grand to get in, and you get coke bought around by midgets.
Yeah.
Or little people, or whatever they prefer to be called nowadays.
Yeah. But
and just like snorting it off the thing, and there's dancing women in cages hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be trying to do as much of that as possible.
Yeah, but that's exactly my point. You wouldn't do that now, because you'd be left with the consequences, the drug addiction, highly addicted to cocaine. You wouldn't be able to fund the high-end prostitutes for long, then your loans would run out. But if you know you're going to die, then that doesn't matter.
No.
So
of course, until they get the prescription wrong, the diagnosis wrong, and actually,
you're going to live for another 30 or 40 years at least.
Something's happened somewhere. I don't know if it's the exact cocktail of drugs you took has actually killed all the cancer in your body, and
now you're fine.
No, you're absolutely fine. We've never seen it before, and we'd like to actually ask you what you took and the quantities of it. But by the way, Shady Pete the loan shark over there has a crowbar, and he says he wants your kneecaps.
And you also have a brand new strain of STD that we're going to call the Ben.
Oh, have you got the Ben?
Oh,
Go see your doctor.
Oh no, I've got the Ben. Oh, that's a bad one. I'd tell your girlfriend it's not looking good.
Yeah. Tell her I cut off a toilet seat.
Not that high-end prostitute.
Not that high-end prostitute. / porn star.
But it can also be a deterrent as well, the fear of death. So even though, as in our day-to-day lives, we obviously can't always be thinking about, oh, one day I'm going to die, because that you just wouldn't do anything, would you? You'd be in constant depression and constant fear. Yeah. So that's why we convince ourselves that we're never going to die, so we can just get on with our day-to-day lives and enjoy the mundane. But it is still a deterrent. It is still always in the back of our minds somewhere. Yeah. So when we cross the road, obviously we're taught that as children, but as adults, we make sure we look both ways, because we don't want to get killed by a car.
Not if I'm in a European city. Hey, when I've been to Rome, there's no zebra. Well, there's zebra crossings.
But no one cares.
The drivers don't care.
No one cares.
Basically, you step out into the road, and it's the same in Holland as well.
Yeah.
Poland, no, because jaywalking is strictly illegal.
Yeah.
Genuinely strictly illegal.
It's good.
Yeah. But in Rome and in Amsterdam, you just step out into the road and hope for the fucking best.
You're rolling the dice.
You roll those. In London, on the other hand, is actually very, very civilised in terms of crossing the road, because you've got all these little roads linking, and they actually have like a little countdown and everything to tell you when it's going to stop and turn green and turn red again. Yeah,
that's good.
But yeah, in Europe, mate, yeah, you cross into that road. Oh.
Gambling with your life.
Yeah. What you do is you step out, but you just put your hand in the air, up in the air, to the side, not
like
to the front.
You just don't care.
Yes, but not to the front, because that can evoke some powerful emotions in some European countries.
Definitely.
To the side, as if you're telling them to halt, and then you just step out and close your eyes and keep walking. I've risked death a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, that's just today.
No.
But yeah, it can definitely be a deterrent, can't it?
It's a motivation. I mean, apparently, I read a psychology book saying that people at funerals are horny.
Yeah, because it reminds us.
Especially if it's obviously not your closely departed dear mother.
Yeah.
Then.
But if it's a distant relative or a distant friend.
Yeah, you're thinking, why got kids?
Yeah.
Well, they died without kids. Maybe I should, maybe try and find someone to have children with.
Yeah, that's how human beings are. Would try and pass on our genetics, find someone else that's also got appeasing genetics to us, and pass them on.
Yeah.
So the perfect time to do that, or to find a mate that's perfect for that, is definitely something like that, because it reminds us of our own mortality.
Yeah.
Our fear for death is heightened. And we kind of go into panic mode, and we're like, we need to find someone.
We need to fuck.
Yeah, we need to fuck. we need to find someone.
You're looking around the wake, going, oh, that cousin over there. How close is
No.
she?
we don't go to cousins.
You can go to cousins legally.
Yeah, just because it's legal doesn't make it right.
No, I'm just saying, like.
I know we live in Dawley, but it's not that bad.
How far removed is my cousin Hannah?
No.
And you're like, oh, hang on. Oh.
Man, I hope you don't actually have a cousin called Hannah.
Yeah, I do.
You do? Oh, no.
Oh, I can tell you.
I hope she never listens to this,
No,
then.
I'm not in contact with her.
That's good.
Never. I haven't.
Is that because you tried hitting on her at a funeral?
No. No, it wasn't at her grandmother's funeral.
That's very specific.
Of course it wasn't. No, I didn't specifically put "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead" over the PA as a joke. No.
No.
Then I didn't try and hit on her. Then I wasn't done for sexual harassment.
And that's the story of how you spent 6 months in jail.
No, that's so un-PC. It's still... No, she is...
Yeah, we've got to be PC on this.
Yeah. She is actually going to marry the Horlicks, the chocolate drink.
Yeah.
She is going to marry one of the heirs to the Horlicks fortune.
Oh, wow. She got that Horlicks money.
She's going to have that Horlicks money. Or...
See if we can get some free Horlicks.
I'd imagine they've got fucking boxes of it in the garage or something. Yeah, I think he's like the third or fourth son.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's marrying him.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm going to be related soon to industry blue bloods.
So if ever he has an accident and he's crushed by like a ton of Horlicks,
Yeah.
you can always hit on her at the funeral and get like that Horlicks money.
Well, I was just thinking maybe maybe all of that family was in the same coach.
Yeah.
And it went off a cliff.
Yeah.
Then by
You
marriage,
might inherit that
if
Horlicks
enough
money.
of them go, I might be the sole survivor.
Get that Horlicks money.
Get the Horlicks money.
We went off on a tangent again there. Really bad. What was the topic? Horlicks?
Oh, it helps you sleep at night.
Yeah. You're going to need it. After hoping for the Horlicks money, you're going to need it.
Just because I may or may not have hired an elaborate team of former intelligence service mercenaries.
Yeah. You're like, right, squad, we need that Horlicks
Need
money.
the Horlicks money.
We'll split it 7 ways.
Well, you take him out. You take him out.
Yeah.
You there. Take him
And
out.
then just me and you will share the Horlicks money. What were we talking about again?
Death.
Death.
Death is a motivation.
Yeah,
What about- well-
it's a motivator and it's a deterrent.
Yeah.
Your fears, you're less likely to say go skydiving or
I'd never go skydiving.
or bungee jumping because of the fear of death. But then you're also likely to do it if you know you're going to die soon. So it can work both ways.
I still wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it even
No,
if
we have my tits on heroin, I told you.
So you don't think Heroin Ben would think skydiving or bungee jumping would be a good idea?
I doubt heroin Ben's thinking much at all, to be fair.
Drunk Ben comes
Apart
up
from,
with
can I get some more heroin?
Drunk Ben comes up with some good ideas.
Drunk
Some
Ben-
crazy ideas.
Drunk Ben is not a man you want to hang around with.
No, he's not. He comes up with some crazy
He
ideas.
does. Alright, so what about conquering death?
Conquering death. What do you mean by that?
Oh, kicking the Grim Reaper in the nuts.
Okay, so you
So how do we... I mean, that's where it's going to go. We're going to live longer.
yeah.
The first person who's going to reach 200 has probably been born.
Okay, so we're talking now extended life or living indefinitely.
Yeah, so we go for we could say Altered Carbon,
Yeah.
right? So that's a
Sci-fi show.
sci-fi show. Spoiler alert. You know, everything you experience is saved to your memory stack. The only way you can die is if that is destroyed, unless of course you get backed up. You're wealthy enough, and you just make skins or copies of yourself in your peak.
Or just a new skin, a new body. They just take the stack out the back of your neck, which is essentially your soul, and they just put it in a new body.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be a pro wrestler?
That's it. You're a pro wrestler.
There you go. You want to be a black guy? Be a black guy. You want to be a black chick? Be a black chick.
But the question comes
up. You
up.
want to be a chick at all? Be a chick.
Yeah, but the question comes up.
That's so politically incorrect.
Yeah.
You could be a woman.
You could be a woman. But we got to keep PC, man.
PC. Sorry.
But the question comes up then, though: is that really you? Is that really your soul, or is that just a copy? Is that just a clone?
Well, it is a copy.
It's not. Is it you? Is it really you?
It's as close to you as it can be.
Yeah.
Digitally.
Yeah, but if they cloned that, then there'd be two of you. So which one would be the real one?
Well, you're a copy of a copy at that point.
Yeah, but which one's the real one?
The thing you got to worry about is, like, if you keep copying something,
it loses value.
It eventually it'll corrupt, won't it?
Yeah, it'll lose value. It'll corrupt.
You'll still end up with like digital Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
You have to keep resetting yourself back to when you were 40.
Yeah, because you would just get some sort of digital dementia, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because you just create a copy after copy. Because that's what it is. The original soul is dissipated at this point, and each copy you lose a little piece of it.
But then you go into as a soul, as a digital soul. I'll give you that.
Well, there's something that makes us up, whether or not you believe in a soul or not, and that would degrade over time because there's no longer a brain, is there? So it's just.
Would you say it's linked to the nervous system?
Yeah. So it's
but
just
there's
a
still a
copy.
nervous system in your flesh-grown body, because they're not robots, are they? It is like a vat-grown flesh body.
Yeah.
You know, meat and potatoes.
Yeah, it's basically
squishy bag of blood.
It's basically like a real human, isn't it? It's just that you're not that human. You're just riding it like it's a mech. You're riding it like it's like you're just controlling a body, but it's not your body. You're just a little stack inside of that body, that little sort of microchip. But it's not really you, is it? It's just a copy. So every time you would then say, if you stayed in that one copy, I guess at least that's the first copy of you. But when you died from your original body, that's it. You're gone.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you breathed your last breath. You were 110 or whatever it was at that point when they invented stack technology, and then you uploaded 100% into that stack, and then they take it out and they put you in a fresh 20-year-old body. But it's just a carbon copy of you, but it's not you.
No.
It's not you. And if somehow they managed to resuscitate you, you'd still be there. You wouldn't leave your body then and be part of that stack. There'd be 20-year-old copy of you, and there'd be the 110 version that they managed to resuscitate.
Yeah.
There'd be two versions of you.
You don't want that.
No, so it's just a copy.
Because let's face it, the 20-year-old versions using like kick the 110 versions of you. Was like kick their ass, isn't it?
Challenges you to Mortal Kombat. There can be only one.
That's it. You know, that's what would have to happen.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. So that version of conquering death isn't really conquering death. You're still dying. You're just finding a way of some version of you existing. So that's not really concrete. It's just prolonging it, or not even prolonging it really, unless you can create those bodies and make them last longer.
You mean you're never gonna defeat the decay of the human body, are you?
Not
Skin decays,
not unless
decays,
you
at a cellular level, we're all dying as we speak.
Yeah, every day we're decomposing a little bit more.
That's it. Yeah, it's just the regeneration that keeps us looking so damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, me.
Just you. Oh, okay. Not me.
No.
I'm the ugly one in this.
That's right.
You're like, yes, know your place. But yeah, the only way you're going to get that, I guess, is if you put it into a robot body. Some sort of cyborg or...
because even Arnie ages in Terminator now.
Yeah.
Because he's still got living tissue over a metal exoskeleton.
Yeah, so the only way you're going to do that is if you're 100% robot, isn't it?
Yeah, which isn't really you then either.
No, so they take your brain out and they put you in a robot, but then again, it's like...
It's still squishy.
Yeah, is it you? Or is it...
No, it's me riding a giant fucking mech body with Gatling guns for arms.
But an actual metal mech. So you can't really beat death that way either, really.
I think the best you can hope for is prolonging your life.
Yeah, prolonging existence. It's going to
So,
be very hard to live forever.
Then you're going to have like bionics.
Yeah.
You're going to have like rejuvenation therapies that might like be
Yeah.
grafting stem cells onto your face.
Yeah.
And letting them regenerate.
Having organs and body parts removed from younger, fresh ones.
All replaced with machine parts.
Yeah, till eventually you are just a cyborg.
Yeah. But, you know,
That's only
eventually
gonna
your
extend-
skin's going to go.
Yeah, that's only going to extend your life for 300-400 years tops before, like you said, your skin goes and everything starts going. But your mind's going to go, isn't it?
That's why you're going to create multiple copies of yourself, haven't you? Multiple backups at certain ages.
Yeah. It's like the whole theory of if you uploaded your consciousness onto some sort of network.
Yeah, that's true.
That's gonna, as long as that network, somebody's keeping it ticking over for eternity, or as close to it as I did the air quotes again, didn't I?
Air quotes.
At least I announced it that time.
That's
I
true.
did the air quotes again. But if you've got someone ticking it over and keeping it going for all eternity, and you've got a system that can like change your environment so it feels like you're having a new experience, but it's still you there. You could essentially exist for almost ever until the universe explodes, or until, you know, the planet you're on explodes, or your backup just disappears.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's one thing. Is that if you haven't invented space travel, but you've invented a way of prolonging yourself for 1,000 years, and an asteroid hits,
Yeah.
you're going to die anyway, aren't you? Because your backup's gone at that
Yeah,
point.
unless you've backed it up to some sort of network where it goes to different spaceships and then it goes...
Yeah, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah, you'd have to be super rich, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have to be ridiculously rich. But again, that's just a copy of you, isn't it? It's
The
not
one
the
thing I
real
found
version
funny
of
in
you.
that show is like when they had like a
show?
12-year-old, the Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
Is when they put the 12-year-old girl in a like 87-year-old black woman's body.
And she's like, Mommy!
You know what I mean? And she's like,
There's
oh
like-
my god, can't you give us something more age approved? I guess what we got in stock.
And there's two like 40-year-olds like, what do I do with this woman now? Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? Any of these age sort of defying things or ways of keeping us alive or existing, they're only going to be available to the rich.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
anything that's available to the poor, they're going to have the cheap knockoffs or what's available at the time, which it shows you that in Altered Carbon. But there's not really, like you said, there's not really a way of doing it. If you go, like, if you're uploaded to a network, like I just said, it's just a copy of you.
Yep.
If you're uploaded to a stack, it's just a copy of you. It's not the real you. Whatever made up the real you, whether or not there's a soul or whatever, you're always going to be thinking, or that version of you is going to be thinking, am I the real version or am I just a copy? And sometimes, especially in movies and shows like that, your old version pops up because miraculously they didn't die or something like that. Potential spoilers for Altered Carbon. Don't watch that show before you listen to this.
Well, I suppose Westworld, the second season of Westworld,
Yeah.
where the man in black was trying to keep his father-in-law alive by implanting his consciousness as programming into a host body.
Yeah.
But because you had to have their personality saved, which is what the hats did, they usually mapped the brain.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
It's just a copy.
it's a copy, and the human, once the brain realises it's a copy and it knows it's died,
It breaks down.
It breaks down, it goes nuts.
Because it can't comprehend death.
Yeah.
Because the human brain can't fully comprehend not existing.
That
And-
brings us back to the first point.
It does. But it's like, that's a perfect example, Westworld. Again, you've done, it's done spoilers for another show there.
Yeah.
But it creates a perfect copy that has defied death but can't comprehend its own death, so it can't accept it because it's existing when it shouldn't exist, so
Yes.
it breaks down. It
And
can't
that's-
exist.
And believe me, listener, that sounds as complicated and mind-fucking as it is.
Yeah, I don't
Sean's
know-
explained it actually perfectly. That is the fucking shot that he explained it in the show.
I don't know whether or not I did explain it perfectly.
I
or it
think
was
you
very...
explained it better than the fucking show did, to be fair.
Yeah. But it made absolutely no sense, did it?
No,
Even
it
if you
didn't.
watch the show, it makes absolutely no sense. But it's still a good show, though.
Yeah, apparently the third season's awful.
Oh, okay, I've not seen that.
Yeah, no, neither have I. But no, apparently it's crap.
But I do genuinely think, to get back to your point, that the only way you're ever going to be able to sort of live prolonged. We won't say defeat death, because I don't know whether or not that's possible, especially because everything ends. Even if we lived for almost an eternity, the universe will end eventually, because everything has to have an ending. So, and I don't think it would be good for humanity to live forever. What makes life so fun and interesting is the fact that we know it's going to end. You start saying that there's no end, then it would just lose all meaning and point. Which is almost why heaven doesn't sound appealing, because it's like, well, I've got to do all this again now, but for eternity.
No, an eternity of lying around on the sofa watching TV.
And if the first go round wasn't great, and now you've got to do it for an eternity, that could be a little bit depressing for some people.
You know, you lay there in heaven, you're thinking, I wish I'd have fucked more. And then you look around you,
just make sure it's not Angel Michael's wife. You got into trouble for that before.
And you just lay there and you're like, just like I was back on Earth, there's no fucking women around.
But even if you had that all the time, you know, having sex with beautiful women every single day in heaven, it doesn't sound like it now, but after a few thousand years, that would get really freaking boring. Unless
you wake up every day and it's a new day and you can't remember the last one.
Yeah, that's the only way that would work. That is the only way a heaven that lasts forever would work, is if after you live a life cycle, after whether it be a day, a week, a month, a year, or an entire life, 90 years, 100 years, you have a death or a repeat, and you just refresh or recycle.
It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
But you don't remember the day before.
Yeah. So every day is bliss. Your soul gets that reward, but then it forgets it and wakes up again tomorrow, and it's like, oh, I get to live heaven for the first time ever again. When every day is the first time in heaven, when actually you've been there for 1,000 years. That's the only way your mind's not going to go insane, and it's the only way it's going to be enjoyable every day.
Yes.
Which basically makes heaven sound awful, because it's just like a soul factory.
It's the Matrix.
They're just keeping us dumb and happy.
It's literally the Matrix.
For all eternity.
It's capitalism.
It's capitalism.
It's religious capitalism.
You always find a way to bring it back to capitalism.
Damn you, capitalism.
Yeah, you're not really ever going to find a way to live forever. You're not going to want to live forever. Would you like to extend your life? If you give someone the option and say, would you like to live for 500 years? Some people would take that. I would take that. I think that would be an enjoyable experience. We could see massive technological advances, but you would want it to end. You would lose everyone you cared about, and then you would have to do that 2 or 3 more times at least, to the point where you would just stop falling in love, stop making friends, because you knew they'd be gone eventually. So 500 years would be enough sadness, I think, at that point. You'd have a lot of great moments, but you'd have just as many, if not more, sad moments, and that would be enough.
It would take a few generations for that accelerated lifespan to fully register in our psyche.
Yeah. So we would just live like we live now.
So it's like, my 200, so I don't remember much of them.
Yeah.
But instead of being 10 years, it was 100.
Yeah. But again, it needs to have an end. We need to know it has an end, because if it doesn't, it would just lose all meaning. And that's not a way to live.
No, it's well said.
We went deep. We said we were going to go deep.
Balls deep.
Balls deep. The slogan of the show.
We're
going to go deep.
Go balls deep.
Balls deep.
He just found your sign off.
That's it. Every week we go deep. How deep?
Balls deep. All right, the last one though. Last section to this that we've got written down in our notes.
That's it. We've covered them all, haven't we?
No.
One more.
Would you like to know the day of your death?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. No, I don't think I would.
No.
Would you?
No,
you didn't even need to think about that.
No, I don't want to know.
Why?
Then I'm always looking forward to it. I'm always looking.
You're looking forward.
No.
Hey, it's next week.
Imagine like it's just a sinister Christmas.
Surprise!
You know, you're like, it's Death Day Eve.
It's Death Day.
You're gonna try and get excited about that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you just spend the entire day shitting your pants.
Do you not think if you knew the day of your death as well, you'd try and stop it? You'd obsess over it, wouldn't you? Trying to find a way to stop it. So, you're going to die in 10 years. Why am I going to die in 10 years? Is it because I eat too much of this? Is it because I drink too much of this? So you'll do all that, and on that day you wouldn't go out and you wouldn't do anything.
So
you spend 20 years obsessing.
But then the ceiling would cave in and crush you.
You'd spend 20 years obsessing.
You can't cheat the Reaper.
Yeah. You'd spend 20 years obsessing about it, wouldn't you?
Of course you would. You'd be like, you'd spend the last 10 years building a death-proof bunker.
Yeah.
Everything's coated in rubber.
Yeah, you'd have...
It's like a BDSM freak's wet dream in your bunker.
You
Everything's
would've
coated in softness and shiny things, and everything's slippery. Oh no, it's all got the right amount of slippery to grip.
It's going weird now. No, you'd be kidnapping like doctors and paramedics as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd have a stasis
If anything
chamber.
happens, bring me back.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so you'd obsess about it, so now you
But
wouldn't
then
know it.
you'd like what would happen is that you'd die on the operating table. They'd shock you back, and then the light would just come plummeting down onto your head and kill you.
Yeah.
You can't cheat the Reaper, man.
That's interesting you say that. So do you actually believe that there's like a physical manifestation of death? Because you always say you can't cheat the Reaper.
Well, the
Or is that
Reaper's
just
cool. Haven't you seen Bill and Ted?
because you don't believe in deities, gods, religion, but you do like reference the Reaper a lot. So is that just a nickname for death, like, or is that like a belief that you actually think there's a physical manifestation of death? Some sort of creature
Well, first of
or
all,
deity that comes down and takes your soul, or at least takes your life?
First of all, he's pretty fucking cool, though, isn't he?
He is cool. If you're going to worship a god, or a deity, you don't get much cooler than that.
Yeah,
Guy's got
yeah.
a scythe
Yeah, exactly.
that he can, if we're led to believe, can shred awesome on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you may be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you'll dance with the Reaper.
Yeah. See, he's making lyrics and he's shredding.
Yeah, he has a double bass, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Can't wait for that new one.
Yeah,
Really can't.
that's gonna be a good film.
Yeah. No, I like the idea that there's this dude
Yeah.
who rocks up and just goes, "Come on,
Yeah. He just takes you.
it's time."
But then there's nothing after that.
But then,
So what does he do then? Does he just like?
well, that's the thing. I like the premise of that.
But you don't
then
believe in it.
But no, because that just then alludes you on to there's something after.
So what would
But
your
then again, it could be another plane of existence.
so what would your belief be
It
then?
could be a multiverse.
Yeah. What would your belief be then if you're an atheist and you still believed in the Reaper? Would it be he just rocks up, he opens a black door, and he just throws you
He
through?
kicks
and
you
that's
in.
it?
This inspires. He goes, "This is Sparta," and just kicks you through.
And that's what ghosts could be then. They've just eluded the Reaper for a long period of time.
They're the freed in the Matrix, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's trying.
Yeah.
It's like a rebellion against the Grim Reaper. They're trying to avoid death.
I just like the imagery of it.
Yeah, it
It's
is
a cool image. I mean, obviously there isn't a dude in a hood and a side.
It's interesting though. Every religion has their kind of equivalent of that, or a lot of them do, don't they? They
Yeah,
have an
they
equivalent
do.
of that.
Again, you've got to have an explanation on what's the easiest way. Oh, someone takes you there.
Yeah.
You know, how'd you get there? Someone takes you. Oh, this bloke in a cloak.
So is he just a guide then, or is he just like somebody that turns up and he's
Does he kill you himself?
yeah? Does he so
Or does he arrange it?
yeah? So I'm going to say it again, but you walk out, you get hit by a car. Did he control the car so it hits you?
And did he distract you at that moment when you stepped off the curb?
Yeah, he made your text messages go off, so you looked at your phone
Yeah.
at the wrong time. Does he do that, or is that?
Well, he's
your
got a
own-
lot of places to be at once, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he would be like kind of almost omnipotent, wouldn't he? He could be everywhere and anywhere if he was a deity level being.
But I'd want the original one.
The original. Maybe he is. Maybe there's lots of him. He's a clone.
Yeah, I want the original one, though. I don't want the copy.
Yeah, he learned how to cheat death, and that's why he is death.
Yeah.
He takes the souls of everyone else, so no one else can cheat
Oh,
death.
man. And he rides a pale horse.
He rides a pale horse because that looks awesome.
It does.
Well, he's just shredding on his side. Playing lots of 80s rock.
Oh, he's going to be playing 80s rock.
Yeah.
Here I go again on my own.
Time to take your soul.
Back home. Not
Not really, we just throw you in this pit.
Yeah, you just get kicked down into this pit.
You just disappear forever.
Your spiritual energy gets sort of all swirled around and spat back out.
Yeah.
See, that's why I don't go for karma. You know, I never liked the idea of karma.
Why?
Well, if I'm being good all the time,
Yeah.
it's the same as like a religion, isn't
You
it?
don't think that the universe should reward you for being good? You should just be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not
I
think?
don't need a reward. I should just be trying to be a decent person.
Do you not think
because
it's nice though, the idea of karma, that
It's
you
a
get
wonderful
rewarded
idea,
for,
but
not,
often
for
it's
being
happened.
good? So you don't feel like you've ever got karma, like a good karma for being good?
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe.
Do you think you've ever got bad karma for being bad?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
I'm a golden god.
I'm a golden god. You know this.
last-
I've told the listeners many times.
The last
before.
5 or 10 minutes of the segment is just me attacking you, emotionally and personally.
No emotional battery.
Yeah, I'm just like, what bad things have you done, and why is karma fucking you for them? Let everybody know what.
No, this is not confessional.
But if you confess and you feel bad for it, you go to heaven.
I don't feel bad for it.
You go to hell then.
It was all fun.
You go to hell then.
Oh well.
At least you can do cocaine with the devil.
That'd be pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty
sweet.
metal.
I want to do cocaine of a demonette's
A demonette.
ass cheeks.
You stayed PC with that. Demonette.
Yeah. Like she's red and she's got the little wings, which is
Yeah.
quite hot.
Okay, yeah. Less
Yeah.
PC now.
Oh.
Sexualizing the demon.
Oh. Is that wrong?
Maybe. I don't know. Depends if she's a lust demon, I guess. Then she's probably going to be into it.
You know she's a lust demon.
In your imagination, I'm sure she is.
My imagination could be a very real place. And on that note, I think that's probably time to call it a day.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. Went out on a few tangents, but yeah, we covered pretty much everything.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Feedback on the first podcast.
Yes, first episode of this, so
Yeah.
I say thank you for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
And I'm Shawn. And I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't do it. You're just going to wait until I say it, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I'm Shawn and we're going to go deep. How deep?
Balls deep. Nah, we shouldn't
We
do
can't
it.
do that
No,
every week. I'll
no.
think of another one. We'll workshop it and get back to it. I can't do that one.
Oh, thanks for listening.